Welcome, my fellow Americans. With all the turmoil in the world today, how does the government flex its diplomatic muscles? It's Life Crunch on Famify. With peace talks in other countries up in the air and the repeal of the Iran deal, it seems that diplomacy is needed now more than ever. So where are we on that?
In fact, over the course of the 90s, a 30% cut to our diplomacy and development spending. And what happened then was our embassies around the world became underfunded. We closed a bunch of outposts around the world and lost a lot of influence in important places. And we actually shuttered 2 government agencies related to information and arms control.
Dang. Well, diplomacy is the substitute of force in talks between world nations. It primarily involves negotiations conducted by diplomats, ambassadors, and other political leaders. Diplomats and ambassadors represent countries like how Colonel Sanders represents KFC. No real power, but it doesn't hurt to shake their hand. But what do diplomats do?
A diplomat comes to work with actually a pretty crowded toolbox. It can be negotiations, it can be consultations, it could be sanctions. Tools can be used for any range of purposes, to promote interests or values, to promote democracy or human rights, to promote certain economic outcomes. Or tools can be used in the military sense to prevent something from happening or to stop it once it's underway.
So diplomats are really like parents sent in to diffuse situations and create peaceful relations between kids. Only some of those kids have nuclear weapons. Diplomacy has been going on for a long time. The first written treaty was carved on a stone tablet and carried by one dude for 1,200 miles, which is the distance between a KFC in St. Louis and a KFC in Boston. Today we have it a little easier. Thanks to modern technology, even world leaders can create a simple tweet and spread their message in seconds, and the effect can be instantaneous.
With the sudden cancellation of the summit with North Korea.
Summit is now set. It's on again, off again, and now definitely on again, according to the White House.
The first meeting between a sitting American president and a leader of North Korea.
Diplomacy can also help in unexpected ways. Aside from helping create international laws, fighting wars, and just talking things out, countries can use unique strategies for strengthening their ties. Take the exchange of ping pong players between the United States and China in the early 70s. After no diplomatic relationship for over 20 years, they saw ping pong as a way to open that channel. That paved the way for a visit to Beijing by then-President Nixon. And of course, a great scene from Forrest Gump.
Somebody said world peace was in our hands, but all I did was play ping pong.
Also, there's panda diplomacy. I know that sounds fake, but it's real and it's adorable.
Panda's natural habitat exists entirely within the borders of one country, and that means these animals are more than just mascots for China. They're also tools in China's global diplomatic strategy.
That should be the way everyone does everything. Diplomacy isn't just a thing between nations. It can help with interpersonal relationships and issues at home as well. We're not saying to set up an embassy in the neighborhood bully's yard, but who's the arbiter when people are fighting in your home? When do you solve problems for your kids, or when do you let them solve issues themselves? Peace talks in America are still up in the air, but to see where they land, sign up for Daily Crunch on Famify.com. Before you go, here's a news nugget of times where diplomacy didn't quite hit the mark. Wake up, Bill! Thanks for watching Life Crunch. I'm Trey Warner, sharing news your family can chew. Or sanction with trade tariffs. Want more news you can discuss with your kids? Click the link below to get Daily Crunch news sent to your inbox.
Famify.